Okay, good day, guys. Yeah, it's MFX again, and today I'm just going to show you guys about my trades, my last week's trades, current trades, and how I've been performing lately with the market. So, it hasn't been great in the sense that since last week I've not had a running trade or a winning trade, basically. So I think I normally do post my reports, my trades, weekly reports. So last week I had 4 trades in total and one winning trade, but I didn't place this trade. That was the annoying part, and that would have been the part that would have given me an edge over the losses, 2 losses and one break even. So let me explain. This was um this was the trade. This was the trade on GJ. So I saw this trade. At that moment, GJ's price action hasn't been actually great. It hasn't been completely great. Yeah, it requires a certain level of precision and mastery in order for you to be able to know where price was headed. But actually, GJ's price action is actually bullish. Where you could see that what I was doing here was taking a sell. Yeah, what I was doing, I was taking a sell. So at that moment, the basic truth was that I think last week I didn't get to do my weekly study during the weekends. I don't know. I can't remember if I actually did my weekly study. I'm not sure. No, I didn't do my weekly study during the weekends, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not sure I actually had a knowledge of where price was headed on GJ, basically. But it was I did my TA, it was an amazing sell. I'm trying to look for it. I think it should be somewhere around here. Yeah. It would have been an amazing trade. Okay, it's not this week. So yeah. Okay, yeah. So this was the trade. So I wasn't sure if GJ was going to sell. You could see that there was no um break of structure downwards with this sell. This is just what I call an intermediary trade in the sense that price is basically bullish. Okay. Price is Let me do this. Price is basically this is all these intermediate structure. So this is what we are supposed to be looking at. So price is basically bullish, but this was a clean validated sell in the sense that everything I was looking for was actually in place. All my rules for that particular trade I did was basically in place. So my thought was this: okay, since I'm not certain about where price was heading to, I'm not going to place this trade. I won't place this trade on a limit order. So I was like, okay, I'm going to use my confirmation method. After price mitigates the PI, I'm going to look for and is a second entry. So that was just my thoughts. So this was what happened. This was what happened. So price mitigated my POI. So the 6 hour trade. Yep, that was it. Price mitigated my POI, and I took this as a first book of structure. Took this as a book of structure and was waiting for price to come and mitigate this POI of this range, okay, this range, but it never happened. It never, like, it was so annoying. It never happened. It was just like I was just like, wow, just went down straight. It never happened. So price just kept selling and selling and selling until mitigated the fast PI that was below my TP, and I was looking for an order sale, which was the first loss I took. Yeah, I think I was looking for another sale and here, if I'm not mistaken, or here. And price took me up. Oof. Yeah, so this was it. Yep, this was it. I was looking for another sale, so I was like, okay, since the first bias on sales was actually valid and price mitigated and delivered perfectly well. So I waited, like everything was also in place. This was a 15 minutes double book of structure downward or 15 minutes double MB downward. So first MB1, MB2, and refined my entry, expecting price to mitigate my order, and price just went through it and took me out. That was the first loss I took for that week. And I had another still on GJ, which was break even. Yep. It was this. It was a 2 minutes breaker block. Okay, a 1 hour breaker block entry also for sales. So I was way bearish on the whole thing because of how price delivered. I told you I wasn't really certain about the structural move of GJ in the sense that I didn't do my weekly study, which was very, very bad. Okay, so you could see the trade was crazy. So after this break of structure, okay, no, sorry, after this break of um structure, what I did was to take my SL and place it here, and price took me out and break even. So that was how that went. So this week has been another week, and the reason why I'm also another reason why I'm making this video is I just want to express myself because I'm not gonna lie. Last week and the week today, it's just Tuesday for today. Okay, so I saw this long on XAU. Uh, let me pull this out. I think it was. I think it should be around here. I think it should be around here. Yeah, this is supposed to be. Let me pull this up. So okay, yeah. So this was it. So I took this entry. Now the mistake I made, it was I didn't study the whole stuff before jumping into this trade. Okay, I was busy at home, so I was trying to wrap up the whole thing I was doing and get back to the chat. And immediately I go to the chat, I was like, okay, I'm seeing something, and I was just trying to check all conferences, check all my stuff, and see if this bias was actually validated. And it was actually did went well. This was supposed to be a 4 hour trade, but I didn't see my CL, my closest liquidity. I didn't identify my closest liquidity. I was just looking at something above, trying to look for a 9 hour trade, which wasn't actually nice. It wasn't the whole thing. So price mitigated the 4 hour liquidity above and straight up started selling. It was supposed to be a 4 hour trade. I entered the trade, but got stopped out on break even. This was supposed to be my TP. Yeah, what where price stopped, not where I was with the whole shit I was expecting. I think I was expecting price. I was expecting TP to be around here. But that was also for that. And I called that a day. Yep. I called it a day. Then today was also another amazing day. Well, the day is not over. It's 5 p.m. here. But I got stopped out on this. I was just trying to long GJ. I was just trying to sell GJ, but got stopped out. Again, I didn't do my weekly study during the weekend. I had a very, very, very busy weekend. So I didn't do my weekly study during the weekend. So I came up to price and was expecting that this was going to go. Actually, I saw this sale, yeah, but I was still expecting confirmation. My double MB confirmation system and price just came and took me out on this. So this wasn't necessarily my what drew my attention or what got my attention or what bothered me. It was the fact that still on XAU, let me pick this up. Still on XAU, I was literally playing on the 1 minute time frame. Yeah, sorry about that. So I was literally playing with the 1 minute time frame on XAU, and I was looking for longs, looking for opportunities to buy and take price higher. I'm gonna hide this because this is the trade. So okay, price mitigated this PI. And okay, first of all, I think it was around here. I was looking at price breaking this high. I think I set an alarm. I had an alarm here. If price would break this, I was going to use a market order and place my XL around here to take price forward to my CL, which is this, which is it. Yeah, so but it never happened. We had this mitigation of this loan, a book of stocks that want to mitigate this PI. Actually, I didn't see this PI. If I did, I think I would have placed my trade there and take this whole thing. Like I actually don't know what has been happening, but I'm gonna take some time to clear my thoughts, clear my head, and do something productive and something that will ease my mind, read a book and all that. So I gotta get this whole thing up back. So we had this mitigation and this break below. Then if I would say, if I wanted to say that this was a break of structure, it would have been wrong because it wasn't. Yeah, okay, yeah. Let's say this was a break of structure upward, but we had another mitigation or um liquidity gap of this low. So I can't say this is a book of structure because this is our current low. This is our current low now. Then this was now my first book of structure. So I was also waiting. I don't know. I just think like this has been happening within last week and this week. Me following my system and is also is trying to mess me up or to see if because I've had one or two, three failures, I'm just going to be like, okay, since price is not using my own confirmation system, I should just do away with it. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick to my system. And I will study properly well to make sure these mistakes are not there. But we had this first book of structure, and I was waiting for the second one, which was supposed to be this. I saw this POI. I saw this POI. I knew it was going to be mitigated, but I was thinking that this candlestick right here, this one, this was going to be the one after this bullish candlestick. I was thinking this was going to be the one that would give me the break of structure. Then I will now place my limit order for price to come mitigate it and take this higher. But this never happened. And so I was just looking at price, and price came, mitigated the POI, found the break of structure, started selling, and never got back to my entry. And you could see this was a 9-hour trade. And that was how I left it. And I was looking for another trade to see if I was going to come to mitigate this 1 minute PI, but I wasn't clear with it because there was just a lot. There was a lot of PI. There were breakup blocks, a lot of them all over. So I decided not to take any. And thank God I didn't take any of those trade, because price came down, took all this liquidity out to mitigate this MPI, and now price. Well, I just went to have a little bit of 5-15 minute siesta, and that was when this whole move happened. So I don't know. Last week and Monday and today has been an amazing day, not gonna lie. Just um crazy price action has been amazing. But we'll keep to our system, we'll study more, backtest more, and we're gonna get those honors, and we'll see how we can take this account before the end of the month on this competition. Remember I told you guys that on the competition, so we are currently up I think 13K, but yeah, we had a few losses. So this was the GJ losses for today. And I was looking for a sell on this guy. Here's the CHF, but never came. Still have a sell on XAUUSD, but let's look at how it happens. Let's just watch out price. So I'm going to update you guys about how I've been able to trade this account and the percentage I've been able to grow this account to at the end of the month. But this is just what I've been happening lately. So thank you guys for staying to the end of the video. Thank you. Share, like, subscribe, please.